Let me
Thank you.
get right into it. The topic of the day, what everyone is talking about, what is shaking
Oh,
up the battle rap world, what is taking the battle rap world by storm. I had to kind of refresh. You know how you like refresh the Twitter feed a bunch of times just to see what everybody talking about, and it was
yeah.
all
See
this
what the time
commotion
bomb is
this
on.
morning. All this commotion, Chilla. Method Man
What's going on?
versus
Method
Math.
Man
Let's
versus
talk about
Math.
it.
What'd you think about it?
Listen, I had to watch. You know what? First, I watched it and I did this thing where I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I just watch? I had a moment like, what did I just watch? Like, because whatever, like, Avocado is taking this thing to somewhere else entirely, and I had to have a moment
Yeah,
of just step back
yeah,
and say, well, how does it look? What is it? Because I think a lot of times battle rap fans are reflexively sort of hateful toward any sort of new innovation we bring to the culture. But I want to know from
absolutely.
your standpoint, as somebody who shot with Avo and things like that, and this being sort of a new kind of way to, kind of deliver the content, I want to get your thoughts on the battle itself and just first off, the way that it was shot and everything too.
hmm
So what did you think about it?
I thought it was really dope, man. I think the concept is genius. Shout out to Math. Um, because coming right off the my expert opinion, this legends only thing that he is building and trying to do, it's incredible.
Mm,
I hope Avo is a part of all of them. I hope that same formula they use for this battle, they use for future legends only battles. Um, I thought the battle was really good, man. And
mm,
honestly, going into it, obviously, I think for the past couple of days we've heard about the battle, and it was kind of a mystery as far as when it was going to drop or when we were going to see it. So I think there was a lot of, I think because of other industry rappers who have come into this culture,
mm.
I think a lot of us had an assumption about how well Method Man would perform.
Right.
Um, and I was afraid he would sound a little dated.
Dated?
I was afraid that he would, and not because I don't feel like he keeps up with the culture. Obviously, as a judge, and I know Meth really well, so I know he follows the culture. I know he keeps up with the battles, but I wasn't sure how that was going to translate because I feel that way about everybody who stepped in the Kansas City. Obviously, to an extent, keeps up, but he sounds dated
Mm.
sometimes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When he's rapping, so it's like, just because somebody keeps up or watches battle rap in this day and age doesn't mean that they know how to write with that in mind or
Right.
create with that in mind. And
Right.
so I wasn't sure, and I think a lot of people weren't sure if Method Man was going to be able to pull it off, and he did, man. He definitely exceeded my expectations. I know it was one round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it was one round because I feel like the bigger the sample size, the more criticisms there would have been,
Right.
the more the culture would have picked it apart and found things to hate. It's a one round battle between two legends who both did their thing. It's a quick, easy watch. I don't see how anybody can have anything negative to say about this battle.
Right. Right. I mean I feel a similar way, but I have to ask you though, when you see a new somebody else coming back, into or stepping into the game, I wouldn't doubt that
Mm-hmm.
Method Man has been on the street corner rapping against like 100 people. I wouldn't doubt that because that's just the era that they all come from. But what are you
Facts.
personally looking for? I mean, besides like, okay, well, as the cadence is up to date, things like that. Like as a rapper, what are the type of things that you like? All right, son got it, or versus like, nah, it's trash. Because I feel like y'all standard is
Uh,
a little different than ours.
yeah, I mean, and I think even amongst battle rappers, I think we all look for certain things. For me, what stuck out to me about Method Man's performance in this battle was the wordplay. He had a lot of wordplay in there that was super slick. He had the catch of liquid swords. He
Fire.
had putting on a clinic. You better know what methadone or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, he had a lot of joints like that I was like, oh, okay, like you know what I'm saying? Like I said, because I've seen the Cannabises, I've seen the Cassidys, I've seen the Keith Murrays, and I've seen all these people come back and do this,
Mm-hmm.
and just look out of place. Just look out of place. And man, Meth was so good, bro.
Right.
And now I want to see him 3 rounds.
Now we
And
want to
now I
see
want
3
to see him.
rounds.
Now I want to see an act like a real, actual 3-round, 3-minute. Like put him against another industry guy if you want. I don't care, but I want to see Meth again. And I mean, I don't even know who if Meth battles somebody else within the culture, who would you want to see if he went 3 rounds?
If I could say anybody, I actually would want him to battle somebody not from the East necessarily. I think Math, you know what I mean? Any East Coast MC for the most part is gonna have a little bit of Meth influence, like, or a little bit of Wu-Tang influence,
Facts.
or like just that sauce is so ingrained. So I would love to see him go up against like a Gotti, or you know what I mean, or B Dot, or you know what I'm saying, somebody like that.
Yeah.
They draw from different influences, like, right? So you know,
Yeah.
they drawing from other things. So I think the contrast would be ill, but obviously it got to be somebody with some work, because Method Man is not playing. He ain't playing.
That's a fact.
He not playing.
That's a fact.
And I
That's
saw
a
it
fact.
from the beginning. I was nervous. I'm gonna keep it real. I was nervous when I first saw it because he's sweating in there like a mud. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You know how that be, Chilla. Like, you've been on stage, you're like, man, son, like, I don't know. He don't look like he. You know what I mean? But once he started kicking, the content was up to date, the cadences, the way that he was sort of splitting up stuff. You could tell that he had been watching enough not to say certain recycled type of angles or OBC type of setups and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like he had it together. So I want to see him up against somebody from the West, or even somebody from the Midwest, like Verb or a Cal, somebody like that. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody from somebody somewhere else with other influences. You feel me?
Yeah, I think Verb or Cal would be dope. I think Diz would be dope. Yeah, I like all those names, bro. Yeah. I like all those names. And I think he would be able to hold his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for somebody of his stature to come in and be able to do that, I think that is what would open the floodgates for more industry guys. Because I think what discourages a lot of them is seeing their peers jump in the arena and fail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Banksy's been talking about it forever, jumping in. Fab has talked about it. Meek has talked about it. You know, Drake has talked about it. All these guys have talked about or flirted with the idea of stepping in, but then you see what Diz did to Cannabis, and you see, you know, how Cassidy has fared, and you're like, maybe it won't go my way. You know what I'm saying? Like we are really professionals at what we do. Like, no matter how good at rapping you are, it's a different art form. You know what I'm saying? Than just being on a beat and rapping. So, you know, I don't know necessarily who Meth should go against, but I think if Meth did 3 rounds and did really well, man, I think that would open the door for us seeing more industry guys jumping in. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, Legends Only could do that too. You know what I'm saying? Because what Math has designed, if he were to get like a Crooked Eye or Royce or you know, somebody else, you know, that could do a 1-round display like that got us excited. It kind of gives them the itch. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Method Man, after doing that and seeing people's reaction, I wouldn't be surprised if he had the itch.
Right.
Jump in and do another, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely want to see Meth again, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think you make a good point. It is the sort of thing that, like, yo, if Meth can do it, yo ass, you not better than Meth. Like, you could jump your ass in this ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And the other thing I want to ask you, I'm gonna get right to it. Chilla Jones, a Legends type of series, something like that? Would you be signing up? Because I heard you throw a Crooked Eye, somebody like that. I could see him and you know what I'm saying, doing something like. I think that'd be ill. So what would you think about jumping in like that?
I would love to. I think Crook would be dope. I think Royce would be dope. Man, there's so many people. I think I really rock with Elzai.
Right.
I rock with Sci-Hi. You know, all Absol, all these dudes. I think could put on a very similar display to what Meth did. You know what I'm saying? And I would love I would love to go one round with any one of those guys
Yeah.
and just flex the pin and have it be that type of no crowd. Just the whole production value of it was fire, man. Salute to
Right.
Avocado.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely be down, bro. And I would love to jump in the ring with any of those guys I just named. Um, that would for sure be an honor. But I would love to be a part of it, man. I would absolutely love to be a part of it.
Let me ask you this though, because this is one of the things that a lot of I saw, a lot of people, and this kind of goes to the whole idea that battle rap fans in general, we tend to just reflexively be against shit.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of people saying that maybe it's a little bit overproduced, right? It's like when Vince McMahon jumped from WWF to WWE, and it becomes battle entertainment rather than battle rap, right? Does
yeah,
like how do you view the production sort of fitting into that? Because I think production helps. I think it helps get another audience, but I do see the
it
argument
does.
for keeping it, raw in some sense, right? So how do you
Yeah,
sort of measure that in your head as a battler, as somebody who has to display the art? Like, how do you kind of feel about that?
I mean, not I don't I know in battle rap we I feel like we always force ourselves to choose.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Because everything is subjective. So we watch a battle and we force ourselves, a lot of times, not every time. If it's a really good battle, maybe not. But most times we force ourselves to pick a winner and a loser or to pick you know, everything is ranked, everything is compared, everything is put in order. I
right.
think there's room for both, man. I don't think that that battle rap should just be one way or should just be the other way.
Mm,
Obviously, URL, caffeine, a lot of leagues are still doing the battle rap that we know and love in the same way that we've known and love it over the past 10 or 15 years.
sure.
And then you have something like this, which obviously can branch a gap potentially with more casual fans. You're gonna have a bunch of Method Man fans who maybe don't even know that he's judging that are gonna watch this, and you know maybe they'll go look up a bunch of math battles now. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know how this is gonna usher in a new fan base, and I think ultimately, um, if we can grow this culture to a point where many of us at this level can totally live off it,
Mm-hmm.
and including the bloggers and including the media, and when this thing gets big enough to where we can feed our kids
Mm-hmm.
off of this, and
Mm-hmm.
and not just you know five or 10 of us at a certain level, but I mean the
Yeah.
the culture. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think it's situations like this legend only thing that is going to appeal to that larger audience. So to answer your question, I think there's room for both, man. I understand people thinking that maybe it doesn't have that gritty feel. That there's no thought. Maybe Method can choke because obviously he probably got more than one time to go through it, and they
Mm-hmm.
take the. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but some people don't watch it for that. Some people don't watch battles to see if somebody's gonna punch somebody in the face or to see
Right.
if somebody's gonna, choke all 3 rounds. Like some people just want to watch a battle that's entertaining.
Hmm.
That some people
And
just
that's
want to
it.
watch a battle that's
I
entertaining.
got
You know what
there's a
I'm
guy in the
saying? And
comments now who said, "Look, I only want to see battle shot this way from now on. You know what I mean?
yeah,
New fan, I only want to see this like this now. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And it's gonna usher in a lot of those fans, and obviously, um, I don't know if those fans are going to be able to get into, the URL stuff as we know it
Mm-hmm.
because people choke, people slip, people stumble, people forget their lines. Sometimes they push each other. It's not scripted. It's
Yeah.
not, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever happens, happens. But at the same time, that that battle is shot beautifully, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the type of stuff that if you put that on Netflix, you put that on Hulu, you put that on, you know what I'm saying, and give the masses the opportunity to watch something like that,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to create interest. It's going to create interest. It's going to bring new fans. It's going to bring more revenue, which means people get paid more. Leagues make more money. Media makes more money. You know what I'm saying? It's. I think ultimately it's good for the culture. Um, and I think there's room for both. I think the stuff like this can help fund the stuff that we like, the
Right.
unscripted stuff, the
Right.
hardcore stuff. There's room for both, man, and I don't know why people are always feeling like they need to choose. And
Mhm.
this is a conversation I had a lot in regards to Drop the Mic, which I used to be a part of as far as
Okay.
being on the writing team and the coaching team.
Sure.
When that show was on in Hollywood, people were saying, well, this isn't we don't want to watch this. We don't want to watch celebrities battle and they're not writing their material and this and that. Like we don't want to see that. That's not real. And then the flip side of it is, man, that shit got millions of viewers every
Yeah.
week, dog.
Yeah.
like
Like,
and I'm sure some of those viewers went on YouTube and maybe looked up some of the episodes, and then
mhm.
those episodes led to a compliment battle, and that compliment battle led to another Carter Deems battle, and that you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and
Right.
so I see the bigger picture. I don't
Mhm.
think a lot of people do, and that's
I
cool.
I don't think so. I mean, I
But
don't think
there is a
so
bigger
either.
picture.
But eventually you end up bringing the audience toward it. So it ends up working out. You know what I mean? But that's definitely dope. I'm glad that you are receptive to that and everything.